Hey everyone, Joey G with the Penn-Reading Industrial Division and also with Touch of the Brush Model Weathering. And today, or tonight, we're going to be learning how to weather track. And for me, I do a very, very simple weathering job when it comes to weathering track. Now, there are so many phenomenal YouTubers and phenomenal model railroaders out there that do some beautiful work when it comes to weathering track. And you can go on all over social media and find them. And one of the guys that I enjoy watching is Boomer Diorama, and I have to give him a shout out because he does some impressive work. But for me, because I like the good enough attempt, or the good enough theory, is because I'm not looking to do a hyper detailed look on the track. I'm mainly just weathering it to weather it. That way it pretty much looks like a unison thing that stuff is weathered, the track is weathered. I'm not going to go full-blown hyper detail with the weathering. But what we're going to do is we're going to give this a nice coating of material so that way actually the track looks weathered. So let's get into it. Okay, so the materials I am using, very simple, are Rust-Oleum flat brown. You can use camouflage brown spray paint as well. I've used that in the past. It looks really, really nice. It gives a really uniform look. I like the just the plain brown, and the reason for the plain brown is because I'm going to add some weathering powders after I spray the track. And I also use for the yards, along with the brown, I use this, it's a rust mellow primer color. This is a really, really good one. I use this all in the Industries in Emma, and I'll be using it in the yard as well. So these two are really good colors when it comes to weathering for main lines and some branch lines. And you're gonna need paper towels and no rubbing alcohol. Okay, I learned that the hard way. The reason is because it's like a magnetic, it's like a magnet. It just all the little microscopic stuff, dust, everything just falls and sticks to the track. And I've done that last time on the old Penn-Reading, and that's a mistake. I won't make it again. And I'm telling you right now, I've weathered the main lines all the way around 3/4 of this layout already. There's really only a section that's left. And I'll say this, the trains run with no problem. And the reason is because I let the paint dry. So after you do a small section of track, you clean it with paper towel, and whatever dries, just use a Bright Boy. I'm telling you, a Bright Boy will do the trick. And in that way, you have good conductivity. I never had an issue yet, you know, or wood. Something's wood over here. Haven't had an issue yet. So we're gonna get started with this. And the first thing that I do is masking. So let's get into that. Now I do use part of the materials that I've actually forgot to mention, scissors and masking tape, just cheap masking tape. You want to cover the points of the switches. That way you have good conductivity and good electric flow going from the points throughout the main lines into the next point of contact, which would be the whole flow of the switch from main line to main line. Also, I covered the frogs too, and so that's what I do here. All these little pieces of tape, you know, once it's all weathered, you will take the tape off, and yes, it'll be clean, but you can go in with a paint pen. Woodland Scenics makes some really nice paint pens. You can go with a small paintbrush and go within and actually go and do the rails that way as well. So there's tons of ways you can paint the track, really, but this is like more of the faster way to do it, and pretty much the most simplest way to do it. So we're gonna get started with the spray paint. Now, I am no means a painter. Like I do weathering, do something like that. I'm getting pretty good with the spray paint. from having good friends of mine who are really phenomenal painters when they worked on automobiles their whole lives. So they showed me a few tricks. But if you know how to spray paint, it's pretty much the same way. And the trick is to work in small sections, okay? There's no rush. You know, I have the What's Neat This Week show on my TV right now. And, you know, if I'm not filming and I'm doing this by myself, I'm listening to this podcast, I'm listening to the second section, I'm listening to Around the Layout, a model is live. So I got all stuff going on. And all my YouTubers that I'm subscribed to that I watch. So I just have a good time working on this, and I'm giving everybody a shout out because everybody is awesome. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. So I'm going to work on a small section, and this is pretty much ready to go because I've been spray painting earlier. So we're going to take just a switch here, right? I work on an angle to get the rails, right? And you just want to go nice and easy. I'm going to work and this is actually at the bottom of the barrel, this particular spray paint. Okay, so that's all we're going to do. And then we're going to take paper towel. Okay, and I like to fold it up into something I can use right on the rails itself like this. And just wipe the top of the ties. And it's okay if some of the paint comes off the ties. You mainly just want to clean the rails, but like if the paint comes off the ties, it's okay because we're going to use weathering powders after this. And this stuff dries super fast, and which is good because you want to dry fast so you can continue working. And like I said, if it dries, it's okay. We're going to use a bright board and go right over it. Like I said, I haven't had an issue yet doing that way. Bright board takes a little time, so you may have to go over it a few times because you may miss a spot after it dries, and that's okay. You know, and your locomotives will tell you if you missed the spot. I'll tell you that. So you just continue doing this. So we'll clean this up and we'll go to the next step. Okay, we have, as you can see, we have finished the base brown spray paint, and I'm going ahead and I'm starting some of the weathering. And so, you know, with steam engines, they create a lot of soot, that's how you say it, and a lot of ash and smoke, and obviously a lot of grime and oil. And so we're going to take just some pan pastel black. Right, and I'm using this tape, and I can't remember the name of it. You guys probably know what it is, but you can reuse it over and over again for a while. And we're gonna go ahead. I'm only doing is just some black going in the middle of the ties. Again, just using a good enough approach from Alan McLennan. We're not gonna go crazy on weathering the track. We look from a distance, it looks like it's weathered. That's the effect we are going with, and that's all I'm doing, guys. Certain spots may have more than others. Just going in. I want to keep the rails covered because I'm going to be spraying dull coat on this. Alright. I already did this track, and you can see here it looks a lot better when it's weathered with the black. And we're going to peel the next one off here. This one needs to get sprayed too. And I'm taking some Texas dull coat. I'm covering this. And just light sprays. I'm going to be going clean the track again anyway, so if it gets some on the other track, it's not a big deal. But that's all we're going to do when it comes to weathering this track. And you can see it's starting to look really nice. And then I'm going to continue doing this, and then we're going to hopefully when it's clean enough, maybe we could get a train running, and hopefully we'll see if there are any dead spots due to maybe dirty track. And if not, we are golden. So let's continue doing the rest of the weathering on this track. Alright, so I cleaned the track, and I still got a couple of spots here that I'm finding that need to be cleaned. Plus the wheels on some of these locomotives really need to be cleaned to be running for a while. And but so far, let's see if the track works, see if the train runs well. And let's get this one started. Now, I am finding a couple of spots on some of the curves here, like that. There's probably one spot I need to clean. Start. There we go. And let's pull up this train as well. See what this one does here. Like I rarely run my trains. I've been mainly working on a lot of stuff trying to get it done. But see, it likes to slow down here, and I think that's a connection issue. I might have to solder these joiners together. I'm finding that if I solder some of the joiners together, it works 10 times better in certain areas that needs it. Plus maybe paint got into it, and just maybe sometimes there's a gap. So I may have to clean a little spot here, solder a spot. That way I get a better conductivity, better flow electric, and all whatever we need here. The track is still needs to be cleaned a little bit here, but I mean, it's running. It's not like it's dead stopping every 2 seconds like the other layout did, and that's because I used rubbing alcohol. All I'm doing is using that bright boy and cleaning the track, and there's some spots here that need to clean. That's just getting stuck on the frog. Probably have to add some kind of frog juicer or something on these crossovers, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, I appreciate everything, and I hope this this video was informative, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm actually out of the screen. Hold on, let's move this over. Oh, there we go. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope this is informative. I hope you enjoyed the video, and you like content like this. Feel free to subscribe and follow us all over social media. This is Joe with you at Penn-Reading Industrial Division and Touch and Brush Model Weathering. You guys take care and enjoy running your trains.